Have you ever wondered what makes some street photos so captivating? I recently made an important discovery. I was reviewing my shots and the key was not to use just one composition rule. It was to use a combination, in particular leading lines and the rule of thirds. And that made these photos truly stand out. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can combine these two rules together. I'll use some examples from my portfolio and I'll show you how it works. So without any further ado, let's dive in. Before we get into combining these two techniques, let's quickly break them down. Leading lines are lines in your frame, like alleyways, roads, railway lines, tram lines and so on, or even shadows, that guide your viewer's eye towards the subject or draw them through the image. The rule of thirds, on the other hand, divides your frame into a 3x3 grid. By placing your subject along one of those lines or at intersections of those lines, you create a composition that feels balanced and dynamic. Now, individually these rules are great, but when you use them together, that's when the magic happens. When I was reviewing my portfolio, I noticed a pattern in my favourite photos. I was combining two rules, the rule of thirds and leading lines. It wasn't something that I'd done consciously, but now that I've figured that out, it's something that I use deliberately in my street photography. I go looking for locations where leading lines will naturally align with the rule of thirds, and I wait for a subject to get to the intersection, and that's when I'll take my shot. It's not always easy and it doesn't always work, but when it does, the results are really worth it. Here's an example from Kendal. In this shot, there's an alleyway on the left-hand side with a bright area at the end of it, and that's positioned on the rule of thirds, but the alleyway leads you in with its leading lines to the subjects there. There's also the guy sat in the cafe window, and he's positioned on another intersection of the rule of thirds. So that brings balance to the photo as well. And the combination creates a sense of depth and balance that wouldn't be as impactful if I just used one composition rule. And here's one of my favourite photos that I took in Bratislava, taken on the famous UFO bridge. There are some real natural leading lines and they converge almost to a vanishing point that I've tried to get on a rule of thirds intersection, whereas the cyclist in the foreground creates a dynamic feel to the photo, and I've also positioned him on a rule of thirds intersection. So the interplay between the two techniques creates a dynamic image that keeps the viewer's attention. And here's another example from a photo I took in Liverpool. The buildings on either side of the street create leading lines that draw you into the photo. The woman is positioned in silhouette on a bottom rule of thirds line. She's actually positioned symmetrically in the middle, but that helps make the composition feel balanced. And the overall effect of combining these two rules has created an engaging photo. The next time you're out with your camera, why not try this technique? Find yourself a location with some great leading lines and drop a subject right into one of those intersections of the rule of thirds. If you'd enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, why not sign up to my mailing list? I give out free photography tips on a regular basis and also some special offers on software and equipment. In the meantime, go out and have some great fun with your camera, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.